Especially when.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Very.
Yes.
I'm not so care.
Not
How are you? Depends on who you talk to.
It is 7 p.m. We're going to go ahead and call to order this meeting with the city council meeting Thursday, February 6th, 2025, in the city of Jervis. We start by the pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Next is a roll call. We'll start with my left, please. Councilor Rodriguez.
Here.
Councilor Petra Wright.
Here.
Council President Diana Barch.
Here.
Councilor Jesse Gibbons.
Here.
And Councilor Abby Fernandez.
Here.
Thank you very much. First order of business is the consent calendar. A is the approval of minutes, or it's actually the minutes for January 16, 2024 for review. Here's a question. I believe that's another typo. It should be 2025 on both those, correct? Okay, so both the minutes and the consent calendar for 2025.
Well, and I noticed in the January 16th one, it looks like there's some pieces missing. Is that the one that we are on a draft form?
Sure. A is the draft form. Yes, I was informed that's the draft form. Until they get time to go back and review the records to find out who made the motions.
So are we supposed to approve it as a draft form or are we skipping the approval for now?
Skipping the approval on that for now. I think it's important that you have polished minutes from prior meetings to go in your next meeting. That's not done yet, but it's a good narrative. It just doesn't have the votes long. So I provided that in case you need that to see what you did on that meeting. We'll bring back on March 6th, all of 7.
Did the council get a chance to read the minutes?
January 22nd, those are ready to go.
I'm good with the 27th, so I make a motion to approve the minutes of the January 27th, 2025 meeting.
The motion is a discussion or is there a second?
Second. Well, I have a question. On the on January 27th meeting, it says where the mayor yelled at the recorder. Does that really have to be on there since it doesn't have to do anything with the city?
Councilor Fernandez, where?
It's page 6. Page 6.
Oh, okay. And where is
It
that?
might have not said Yale, but let me find it.
It should be the second full paragraph of page 6 of the January 27th meeting.
Yeah, that's right.
The only thing I see on here is that he stated, and commented.
Councilor Fernandez, but what exactly did you suggest for change there?
Well, it's not really relevant to any city stuff that, you know, I don't know.
That can be taken out. It's, has nothing to do with the decisions. That's okay.
Am I correct? There are actual national instruction or state instructions on how minutes are supposed to be presented. Is that correct?
Well, best practice is to, cover the discussion, well, to understand why you voted a certain way, and then the votes and the actual direction of decisions that are made. These aren't verbatim minutes. You're under no obligation to do verbatim minutes. Please do not do it. So this is general discussion, but what we want to be precise about are the decisions. That has nothing to pertain to your decision. I could be thinking. Okay.
So if we wanted those taken out, do we hold off? Do we just let you know that we want those taken out and wait to vote on it until the next meeting?
Make a party motion. And I approve, and this paragraph will be amended as discussed. And that would come up.
So I make a motion to approve the January 27th, 2025 meeting minutes with the change that we will remove that paragraph of that on page 6.
I second that.
There's a motion and a second. We have a vote. Do personal votes this time, so we don't get confused.
Can I ask a question now?
Yes,
If it's something that happened, why would we take it out? Like, I guess that I don't understand.
That's up to you. You know,
Okay,
it
so that would
really
be my
isn't,
vote, whether or not, sorry, that would be why I would vote yea or nay.
correct,
Okay.
right. It's up to you to take that. It's really not important to the direction given or the decision.
Point of clarity. So, you're saying it's back to the decisions, but I would say if we were here that night and you thought it was noteworthy, should it be in the notes?
Absolutely. Keep it in.
I guess we're going to avoid vote or we discuss this. We discuss before we go to vote or? Well, I don't think it had any bearing on, how we voted. I think anybody here that night would have said, hey, that stood out to them. So for that, and then I don't see anything here like language as in yelling or anything like that. It was simply it was a back and forth that was notable to me. I would motion to keep them as is. There's nothing negative about what Mr. Mayor said. It was contentious. I think it's noted.
So, Your Honor, you can, there's a motion on the floor. And with the person who made the motion and the second, you could amend those, motion or vote and then have another motion. So, if, Councilor Parch and Councilor Fernandez want to amend the motion, they could do that.
I honestly don't care either way. I don't have a strong opinion either way on this. I was just helping move it along, so.
It's fine.
Okay, so I will go back to the original thing and I will make a motion to approve the minutes of January 27th, 2025 as they stand.
Second.
Any further discussions before you vote? We'll start with Councilor Rodriguez,
Yes.
Councilor Wright,
Yes, approved.
Councilor Barge.
Yes.
Councilor Gibbs.
Aye.
Councilor Mendes.
Aye.
And it's passed. Additions to the agenda tonight, I'd like to go ahead and introduce to everyone a new interim city manager, temporary interim city manager. Introduce himself to the council and the audience.
Thank you, Your Honor. Well, I married my high school sweetheart for 45 years together. I got two boys, both college. And my oldest is going to get married this September. And there's just not much more special to my wife than taking our granddaughter on long walks. We raised her for 3 years. She's an 11-year-old blue healer cattle mix. And I tell you, if you don't know about the grandparent urge, it's real. It is. We just have so much love for families. So the guy is too late. I've been in government for 34 years. Public administration. Worked for counties. Started out in the police department. My last 30 plus years have been as council manager forms of government, mostly right here in the lake. We love being in the valley. We've been here 15 years. I've gotten to know the cities in this region, and it just is really special to me to be working on behalf of the college. Wonderful staff. They look out for folks. Scott, Amber, others in the office. It's a real special arrangement, and I really wouldn't have it in. So, as you know, I am a candidate for your interim position. And March 6th, we're expecting the council to meet in executive session and decide who you want as your interim. And that's a process that Scott here is working with the council. I'm not part of that. I suggest if you have any questions about that status, that you talk to Scott or our mayor or council president. And by all means, you can call Scott directly and get updates where he's at on this process for you. And so I am a candidate for your interim position. And basically that could be, 5-6 months generally, helping council staff build this wonderful foundation of governance with administrative regulations and moving the city forward. And I can promise you, and I don't make promises I can't keep, but if we're able to lay a good foundation for the city, I promise you, you will get qualified, talented people that want to be your next city. And I will not have my happen. I'm going to do interim work. And if I take your interim position, I can guarantee I will be here for that 6-month duration, no matter what. Unless you call Scott and say, have him clean out his desk. and that's fine. Severance, you know, the benefits, it's really, truly the best arrangement that the city can have. And I'm glad to be a part of that, so. That'll be a very exciting time, and again, I don't make promises I can't keep. You're gonna get qualified people that want to come and work with the service. I can promise you that. We build this foundation moving forward, and there's professionals and experience, part of my profession, would love to come to service. Another part of who I am, I'd like to kind of pass this out. This is my code of ethics. Everyone in the Oregon City County Managers Association subscribes to these code of ethics. This is who I am. And I can honestly tell you, I've spent a whole career always doing the right thing. Never sold a piece of my soul for political expediency or anything else. And when I speak from my heart, it is genuine. And when I teach ethics, when I teach what it means to be in public service, this is at the core of who we are. And there's not many professions that have something like this. I do want to recognize Tyler here, an attorney who must always tell the truth. Private, public, doesn't matter. I respect that. I respect that. So, not quite this, but
It's actually longer than that.
Yeah.
We have more than that.
We'll talk. So this is who I am. I've never compromised my ethics, but I'm expert at navigating the gray areas and making accommodations. But I won't violate them. Let's see here. Public service is what binds us all together. Council, we get paid, you're like, but where all roads intersect is public service, delivering services to our community. You have the hiring and firing of the manager, but my allegiance is to this community. That's how it is. And we're all together on the same plane. And it's just wonderful things can happen. I often describe my profession as building community. It's not just the physical stuff, water, sewer, streets, and that sort of thing. It's the civic infrastructure. It's citizen participation. It's public outreach. It really does take a village to do great things, and all of us together. That civic part, infrastructure part, that is building community. And that is again something that's very important. I'm more than happy to help in those areas. If I am your interim city manager, my commitment is I will be here for that 5-6 months. Get your new person on board, city manager, and then I give them keep backing, and but I don't give up. You know, I'm not gonna. That'll be up to you. It's a process. It's gonna talk, you know. But as your interim, I'll do whatever it takes. You know, just I'm happy to do that. Interest, you know. So with that, Your Honor, is there any questions? Okay. Can I also mention how awkward it is for me to be here and not having met folks around the dais? It's never happened 34 years. A little awkward, but very special to the city.
Thank you, Preston. There'll be no more additions, so we're going to move on to public comment on non-agenda items. This is a business meeting of the city council. The city values and welcomes public input on matters the city concerns. Please address the council as a whole rather than individual council members or city staff. Council action on items brought up in public comment is limited by the Oregon Meetings Law. The council may direct staff to study the matter and will be scheduled to further consideration at a later date. Public comment is limited to 3 minutes per person with an option to 2 minutes for council questions and answers. If you wish to address the council, please come forward to the podium and identify yourself for the record. Doesn't appear to be any tonight, so we're going to move on. And we're going to get into the business agenda. First item on the list in the business agenda is Resolution 2025-01, a resolution to update the list of signatories for the city of Jervis. Has the council had a chance to review it? Does the council have any questions? And we'll move on to a vote. Or not a vote, sorry. A motion.
Can you read the resolution? Sorry, whereas, therefore. Just the title.
It's just the title, basically, then the resolution number 25-1, and the vote. That's for the record, that's all.
Which is what the business agenda was, correct?
Uh,
With the list, the title.
it's at the head of your resolution. That bold part, starting with resolution number 25.
Good. So resolution number 25-001 is a resolution to update the list of signatories for the city of Jervis. Is that it, or do I continue reading?
That's it.
Okay, thank you.
Ready for a motion?
Make a motion to approve the resolution number 25-001, a resolution to update the list of signatories for the city of Jervis.
I'll second.
There's been a motion and a second. Any more discussions? Then let's take a vote. Starting with my left. Ms. Guess,
Aye.
Councilor Wright,
Aye.
Councilor Barge.
Aye.
Councilor Guess.
Aye.
And Councilor Fernandez.
Aye.
Is been accepted. Next item on the business agenda, 7 Bravo, is Resolution 2025-002, a resolution giving authority to open accounts, deposits, and withdraw funds with Umpqua Bank.
So I see a typo in this one, unless we have moved to the future. On the 4th whereas, it says that a resolution was adopted on July 11th, 2204.
Correct. Yeah, Mayor mentioned that to me, so thank you. Yes.
So does that, we're good moving forward with it as it states and it will be
You-
corrected?
It's making a motion to amend as discussed. And we'll cover. Along with anything else that you can.
Actually, I'm looking at it right now. My question is, the business agenda is identified as 2025-01, but the resolution is 25-00, correct?
This one is 25-002.
I'm talking about the headers for either, and I'm just realizing they're both triple digits on the last numbers.
Boy, that's a lot of wishful thinking, a lot of resolutions coming in. But that's a numerical.
Okay, so we're following off the resolution page.
Either one would be correct, Mayor.
Either one, okay.
We can ignore the leading zeros.
Fair enough. Has the council had a chance to review resolution number 2501? 02, my apologies.
Just to recap what happened last time, the counselors are doing this in the interim until we have our interim city manager, then we're reverting back to having access to city council, is that correct?
President, is that how we discussed the interim city manager will be the one actually having the signatories?
That's right. Once you appoint your interim, it'll get changed so that the interim now has check signing authority. So there'll be 2 on staff, there'll be 2 on council. And best practice is to have 1 counselor and 1 staff sign all the checks.
So, I guess that wasn't discussed last time. We want to keep the 2 counselors more than likely, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. I'll make a motion to approve this with the edit of changing July 11, 2020, 2204 to 2024.
Okay.
There's been a motion and a second. We'll now vote. Ms. Geddes?
I,
Ms. Wright?
Aye.
Ms. Barch?
Aye.
Mr. Geddes?
Aye.
Ms. Fernandez?
Aye.
Motion is passed. Moving on, the next item on the agenda is the staff reports.
This one's a little shorter this time, calls for service, 175, arrest 4, traffic offenses 21, traffic warnings 12, assist agency outside city limits 17, assist agency inside city limits 8, new city ordinance issues 7, closed city ordinance issues 7. Sorry I misspoke last month when asked about the $1,169.47. I did not have the paperwork in front of me and thought it was the purchase of the tires. However, it was service done to several of the vehicles, which included brake work, oil changes, and tire mounting and balancing. The tires were from Goodyear Tire Company, and they were $1,597.80 total for the 10 tires. I realized that afterwards, and I wanted to make sure we covered that up. We are currently creating a new trespass forum. This will allow us to better handle and document trespass warnings at our local businesses and citizens residents. It's going to be like a 3-page document. Some of the other agencies use it. It'll document who's requesting the trespass, who the person is being trespassed, the officer that acknowledges it, that the trespass warning was given, and they'll all get a copy. So that way, if it occurs, it's all documented and
What are we
everybody has
using
copies.
now? Do we have anything that we?
It just, what we do now is we document it and we advise dispatch it. This way it'll be, you yourself, if you make the trespass, will have a copy of the paperwork. I think that'll be a little bit more professional. Everybody have a copy, and also the person that's trespassed can be given a copy instead of just a verbal warning. Paperwork. It's basically a written one. As always, Jervis Police Department is honored to be serving the citizens of Jervis and greatly appreciate all your support as we continue to strive forward to improve the service we provide and what you all deserve. That's what I have. You guys have some questions? Be good time.
Anything on the trailer?
On the trailer?
RV?
Or-
Yes,
or-
yeah, there has been a citation issued, and a good suggestion was brought up by Preston. We're also gonna try to see if we can figure out how to help the subject get it removed, because I think he's limited in his ability to do some of those. He's willing to do stuff, but there's some issues that we need to address. Maybe we can see if there's maybe even community people that have, like you have said, some resources that could assist.
It's one of those things where unfortunately cities get left holding the bag. Fortunately, we know the prior owners, the resident. But oftentimes you're trying to track down somebody from out of state. And then it falls on the taxpayers here to get rid of abandoned RVs like it still comes to money. The trick is to find somebody that will, maybe at a discounted rate. And this is where we'll continue to work that with that person to try and get it resolved. We're not gonna find him every day. You know, as long as he's showing effort, we're gonna try and partner with him to get that out of his.
I had a question or comment or however you want to word it, about our break-in at Dollar General. To me, it seems like our response time was a little slow to getting there. I know Marion County got there, did their thing, but they had to wait for us.
Yes.
Is there a way to get officers here a little faster, or what's the protocol, I guess is what I'm asking.
So that was a breakdown in communication. I talked to dispatch, I verified that they had the right call list. And also that they make sure that they continue to call until they actually get someone. I spoke with the dispatch supervisor and she advised that has never happened. They've always called somebody and got a hold of somebody. For some reason, there was not continued calls. We had somebody that was on that day that they had actually called in sick. So then when I noticed the call, I called out Sergeant Camacho and Officer Navarro and myself, and all came in and we all got on it. It was a delay, but there's protocols that need to be followed as far as if somebody doesn't answer, to keep calling and get somebody. Because no excuses, however, not everybody gets every phone call that comes in. And that has been addressed. I created an additional list that kind of goes step by step who to call. You can't get one person, who you call next. Multiple phone numbers for each person so that they have plenty of ability to get hold of us.
And could I also add to that, Chief West, we're still working with dispatch. The first test wasn't what we want. We're continuing to refine and get that done with dispatch. And correct me if I'm wrong, Chief, but it's been several years since there was where dispatch could not get a live officer.
Yeah.
From this is an exceptional thing. And I think since the county had all responded, et cetera, they didn't maybe follow the right protocol. We're gonna ensure still working with it. That's not gonna happen.
And she also advised in 16 years, there hadn't been an issue. And this time they didn't call all the list. Generally, it's always been if you call the first person, second person, for some reason not, you start calling the officers. She said that somebody has always responded in service, but it didn't continue down the list.
Right.
So we gave them an updated list. We give them one basically every single month. We'll advise who's on call and then and we'll give them a copy of the schedule. So if somebody's not there, they know who's working that day and such. So it's done every month. They get the new list.
I guess that ties into my next question. Is this also done for after hours when there's break-ins at people's homes? Because I know that's been a big issue I've seen lately too on some of the Facebook feeds and stuff, is the break-ins. And they're or theft is done right around the time that you guys are leaving, because you guys stay till 10 or 11 o'clock. And then that's typically when crimes have been happening in town. Is there, besides non-emergency, is there another, getting a hold of Marion County, is that the only option?
Yes, Marion County is the call out. If there's a call, if it's something in progress that's gonna result in an investigation, then we'll call us out. I actually started today, I spoke with my administrative assistant, we started collecting data. So what we can do is we can provide also the times the calls come in. And there's really not that many calls that come in after 11. I think what we get a lot of the time, this is what we're working on, is we get a lot of reports of stuff that doesn't get reported to dispatch. There's quite an issue with.
One more thing, Council, I've reached out to Jennifer, the district manager. I haven't heard back. I haven't had a breather yet to be able to talk to Destiny, but I will. I'll follow up with both of them. I can assure you, we're closing that gap. We're working to make sure that communication is focused in the future. But it's important that folks that are concerned like that, and I know I work with police, but I want them to know that they're gonna be interference. And I'm willing to talk to anybody, that has concerns like that.
Just for the record, 'cause we do have a list of calls from December. 6 of 40 calls happened in that period, it's almost 20%. That's quite a bit. I wouldn't say that's negligible by any means.
6 of 40 calls, what?
Happened between the hours of midnight and 6 a.m.
I'm not saying it's negligible, but if those are call out calls where they would, but like I said, if it's not something that's gonna be a report, the county handles the call and then we don't get called out. If it's something that it's gonna take more time, they've actually even handled Dewey's that would be a report, because they get there and they figure by the time anybody comes out, they can have it handled. Sometimes the county will do that. Otherwise, it's when we have, if it's a call out, they will call us out.
I'm not disputing that, but the tenor was, it was almost like it was inconsequential, and this is saying it's not.
No, I do not, stuff does happen after midnight, but even that was 6, that's not the majority of the calls that come in. And we don't have the staffing to go later, if so, we have to work on it.
And Your Honor, I just want to point out too that we are currently down one sworn officer in police. We're also down one in public works. Just throw that out there. But we're not a 24-hour coverage office. We double up on coverage when needed. It's it'll be better once we do hire another officer. And once I can determine budget sufficiency for the current fiscal year, I'm looking to move forward on the public works position first. We've already got a staff of it. And unless council says otherwise, right behind that, a few months would be looking for an officer. Now, there's a lot of strategies to recruit, find officers.
To verify, you said there's one public works opening and two PD,
One in PD and one in public.
1 and 1. Like Kyle said tonight, do we have anything for public works?
Your Honor, I'd be happy to take comments. When I got here, I asked him, I Kyle, I said, now, are you directed to attend the council meetings? He said, no. You're here because they want to be. And that's really wonderful. Kyle would have, this is where he wanted to be tonight. That's just, wonderful service. So, I'll try to answer questions on the public works department.
I'm sorry, really quickly, I was looking at the way we're doing the police part, I want to make sure I understood something correctly as well, if that's okay. Someone called out sick that day, so we didn't have police coverage in the city until you came in, is that correct?
That's when I noticed the call on my work cell.
And so what time did someone get injured?
It was after 10:30.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. That's why I asked. Okay.
And that's the police report before we go to the next one. Council. So Kyle's not here, there's nothing for him, so check register would be the next step forward.
Your Honor, this is the best report I can, pull together right now. It's, maybe a little hard to read. There's some information that doesn't apply, but you'll get a check register of everything spent in the prior month for each council meeting. And, by all means, if there's any questions about this, mostly I won't be able to answer right now, but happy to follow up. And perhaps we can run a report that's a little more concise for you, but that's the purpose of the check register, to let you know all the funds of the city. And see if you have any questions.
I know that I've seen some in the past, and I don't know what systems are being used and what, but I like it more when I see like, you know, instead of just saying Mid-Willamette Valley Cogs, like dues, or, you know, GDW hardware, you know, truck parts, whatever, you know what I mean? Like where it kind of gives us a little bit of a reason for that
Yes.
to be there. I mean, I don't need all the details, but just because then I can look down and go, okay, every month we're, you know, we're going to GW hardware or whatever, you know. So, I did have a question about the first three things on that. Is that like a water refund type thing to those people?
Well, first glance, I would think that those are refunds that happen through our municipal, but I don't know for sure.
What's the names?
Lampier, Bar, and Rodriguez.
Those are water deposit.
Oh,
refunds.
water deposit refunds, okay. A little better description, you'll clear that up.
Perfect, thank you.
And these aren't gonna be long reports.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't take, even if it's handwritten, I mean, it's not gonna be, time consuming to provide.
Council Barge. So I think this might be the correct report. It's just when they're being inputted in, there's a little part in in the system where you can put those notes in. So they might not be put in. That's why they're not appearing here, or this could be a different report. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I just know that I feel like from what I've seen over the last, you know, since I started until now, there's been a variety of different styles of reports, I guess, being printed. And so that's, at least I personally don't need super detailed. I just want, you know, like I said, a little bit of that kind of stuff.
In that notation, can you also put if they're recurring?
Recurring, you bet.
Thank you. Maybe, I don't know. They all have it.
I also,
Yes.
since Kyle isn't here, I had a note in my thing to ask him, and maybe you could talk to him about, now is not necessarily the time to do it, but I would love to get a tour of the water and wastewater systems so that we know, because I know that we've done a bunch of work out there in the wastewater stuff, and just in general, like it was something that I never got to do the first time I was in. And I think that being a bunch of new people up here, it might be a good thing to just know how our water and wastewater works.
You bet. That's usually, what we extend to our budget committee members too. I'll be talking shortly about the work session coming up. But you have wonderful facilities here and to really be proud of. So it's a great idea, and we can work with council soon.
I just figured, I was like, the cold and the rain, not necessarily the best time to go out, but if we put it on the books, we'll get it done.
Well, it's all right here. You're not gonna be, you know, going to the watershed or, you know, wear boots and all that. So it's all right here. You can do a windshield survey. And I think it'll be very.
Anything else from council on the check register reports?
Yeah, why not? It's here, it says status and it has a letter. There's no key details what the letters mean. Could that be added as well, please?
Could you repeat that, Jesse? I'm sorry.
Absolutely. On the report, it has a status and it has a letter, but I have no idea what those letters mean. Could you keep it on there, please?
That's a column that just takes up space. These are all paid. So, the report possibly, like, Councilor Fernandez suggested, it could be cleaned up. And only, put in what's pertinent. Is that,
That's
is
fine.
that actually?
It's once if I'm looking at it, I want to know what it means. So if it's not there, I don't care, but it's that one. I want to know what I'm looking at.
It's not the easiest report. It's the first one I could push button.
Any other questions, councilors? For the check register report? All right, we are maybe moving on to the city manager staff report, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. I've got a number of business items we'll get through, in fashion. And I want to start about, I'd like to start a little bit about rooms. And the wonderful story of Durban. And I don't know the history, I know the modern history. And I'll tell you, those of us in the professional, we all remember the amazing feat of building this beautiful facility, paying for it with internal funds, going to the budget committee meeting every year, setting funds aside, and then doing this amazing facility, the envy of every small city. And it's just, I don't know another, there's not another story like that. There's lots of success stories, but none of this magnitude. It's tremendous. I wasn't at the dedication, but right after that, we had a small city meeting there. And it was packed. We all wanted to see it and get a tour. And we all brought our mayors. They always said, I want that, you know. And I tell you, that is just a wonderful, an amazing. And I just wanted to kind of start with that and mention that this is really a wonderful time to be in charge. Councils new. I'm new. I gotta tell you, I think we have a wonderful crew, and to build an organization, to create that foundation. I'm excited, and you have some wonderful employees. So getting down to the business matters, I wanted to mention that contracts for Sarah are CPA, reconciling all our accounts. That's been executed. Tyler, his legal services has been executed. I have one that I'm sitting on, and I wanted to ask you about it. This is the Robbie contract for me. And $5,000. It's pretty much the same every year. I told Rosetta, I said, I'm gonna bring it up to council. If council doesn't want to discuss, I can execute that and you should check, get it in the hands. Kind of late on the whole assistance thing. But I gotta tell you, I've tried many times to try and set up this kind of a service. Be able to refer folks that are having trouble paying their bill. Love Me goes through a pre-qualification. They don't just care about the water bill, they care about the holistic issues families going through. Rosetta has a big heart for this program, and I says, Rosetta, let's get it cleaned up, change the dates. Nothing else has changed in terms of the service, whatever, or the email. So if you want to wait until March 6th, you can certainly do that. But if you feel okay, I can get that. I can execute that contract and get that money for it.
Do you guys know what contract he's talking about?
I have no idea.
Well, let me tell you what a great program is. And, the city provides $5,000 to Love Me to work with Jervis residents that are having trouble in water bill, utility bill, I should say. And, they go through a pre-qualification process, and they help from the funds that the city gives them. So they can go beyond. They look at holistic issues the families deal with. And if they can help them in other ways too, Rosetta does that. This is an essential service for us. When people are struggling, there's a good program there. It's gonna help them. The dollar amounts haven't changed per fiscal year. It's the same $5,000, same services. We're just late on providing that. Maybe down the line, Rosetta can come and tell you wonderful stories of the help she provides directly to our residents. I can tell you that last year, in the first 6 months of 2024, there were so many Jervis account holders who got assistance, double in the second half of last year. And if ever she expanded those funds, I'm going to come back to council and we'll have a presentation, we'll talk about it. We're kind of late on all this for this year. So great questions. I'll take care of that.
Even though we're late, she's still helping people.
You bet.
Okay.
You bet.
And that money has been budgeted into this.
Correct. $5,000.
Just as a point of clarification, all $5,000 goes to the residents. There's no overhead of the actual service itself.
Correct.
And then also, annually to all of its plans, is that correct?
I had a long conversation with Rosetta, let me verify the overhead. We didn't talk about it. Usually there is a per account nominal charge for the city provides for this kind of thing. I need to verify. So I spoke to Sam. Apologize.
And annually it's been used, all this been used every year, all $5,000.
Correct. That goes to either a nominal transaction fee or assisting residents directly.
And that's just for Jervis residents, or does
Correct.
she?
Jervis residents. They do others. They do a lot for Woodburn. They do others, but this money from Jervis goes for.
So there's a Jervis account for just Jervis. with her.
Yes.
Okay.
She records all the transactions. When I called her, she says, I can't talk right now. I'm helping the Jervis resident. It's so wonderful, this is a very special service that cities have a hard time providing, and you got a good one to do this.
So do you guys want to see the physical contract, or are you guys good letting it go forward?
At this point, because we are already late, I would be okay with saying yes right now. For next year, I'd like to get more details, like also, is it just Jervis in city limits? Is it Jervis postal address? I'd like to know that as well.
All good questions, Councilor Geddes. And there are some wonderful stories to tell. And Rosetta would probably love to come back when it comes time. And I don't like to press council on decisions, especially money. I want you to feel really good about what you're doing, but I kind of suspected you all knew about the program. And this kind of thing is usually done in December, in fall of this year. We're kind of like, it doesn't quite mean they're running out of money yet, but it's getting there.
I make a motion to write the check. Get to vote on this, yes?
We should.
We should. I make a motion to sign the check.
I'll second.
We have a motion to second. They can now go to vote. There's no more discussions.
I approve. I approve.
I,
And it's best.
Thank you, council. This isn't typical, coming in at the last minute with stuff like this. You know, that's not nice timelines. You know, you want to be very methodical, have thorough staff reports, but, this was something I didn't want to wait on if you were ready to come. So we're gonna help them that way. The cleanup day, I have heard we want to have one, correct? Well, we're working with our hauler. The biggest question is site and date. When they give us a date and we have a site, we need to walk in. It'll be a Saturday. It'll probably be sometime in April or May. But if you have any direction for me along those lines, by all means, you can contact me anytime tonight. But we're gonna try and move forward and lock that in. Or we're gonna vote, we're gonna do something, you know. We wanna do this before Memorial Day. So we don't wanna do it on a holiday weekend. But I've managed several bulk ways, and it's just amazing what you get. So if it's anything like I've ever been involved in before, it's pretty important to do that every year. So any thoughts on the cleanup day this year?
Yes, there's just for awareness. Traditionally, we've always had the same site for cleanup. It's right here open. We've got a gravel area. So there is a location for it. The alley waste knows exactly where to drop them off, pick them up at.
Okay.
So unless the council wishes to change location, I'd suggest sticking to the same one.
I kind of heard that we can't use the same site, but I will find out.
I think it's isn't the railroad owned property, not what we've been using?
Yeah, it's the tile company.
Oh, it's the tile company down on Fifth Street is where we've been at.
Where we had it last year.
Every year, they're the ones that own the property. Okay. You want to reach out and talk to them, Preston?
That would be my intent, but Your Honor, if you want to talk to them, is that what you offered?
No, I'm asking you if you.
Absolutely. We jump, we take a direction from them. They're very critical. So we work on that calendar. There could be more discussion on this, on March 6th, but, I'm hoping to lock in before that on a Saturday.
If we needed to, could we discuss this in the work session on the 20th?
Do that.
Discuss it sooner.
So, great segue, Your Honor. Your next meeting is going to be February 20th for a work session on committees. We'll have your three committees all lined out. There's four: Council, Planning Commission, Budget, and Parks and Rec. You'll know who's on there, what their terms are, whether we need to fill in some holes. I want to follow up with those people as soon as possible at training opportunities, especially the Budget Committee. I've heard that some of you have signed up for training like the LLC. Fantastic. Great training to the board this city. So we'll talk about those committees. We'll get the direction from council, and we want to set dates on the Budget Committee meetings. So be prepared to bring your calendars. We want to lock in the 2 meeting dates, late April, early May, you know. And you'll see in front of you all we know about these committees and see where we stand. It's a great opportunity for people to step in a role of leadership and build that capacity in your community. Especially when you learn everything once.
I have a question about budget committee. If there was a budget committee that was appointed for last year, some of them think it's still going, that they're still on it for the next couple of years. Is that true? Or is it a one time thing and then done? And they have to reapply?
You know, it's staggering terms. So they serve until they don't want to serve anymore, or they quit in the middle of the term. So it's staggered terms. We have an equal number of lay members to complement the council for the budget committee. Yes, they are.
Do you have the list of the people that were originally on the budget committee from last year that we could reach out to make sure that if they're still interested?
Absolutely, and I don't have my finger on that yet. But that's the first thing in preparing your information on February 20th, work session. And a lot of the greater subjects of outreach and all, this is what it is. It's public outreach. It's including people in positions of leadership, and that can include other related subjects, like the cleanup. And this is a community event. We want volunteers. We want people to participate. So to me, that's all an umbrella. The big things, that can be discussed. Specifically, we want to nail the committees. Who's on it? What are their terms? And I hope to come into that meeting saying, these people are all committed.
I know it's posted on the website that we're having our committee meeting, our work session on the 20th. Could we post something on the door as well? So people coming in to pay their water bills can notice it, because not everyone has
Yes.
internet access.
Implementing entirely a thorough public notice checklist. And it's not all required by statute. It's the right thing to do. It's the best practice. We're gonna post 2 places on City Hall. We're gonna post the post office. We're gonna run our notices in 2 papers. One of our papers is gonna be our paper of record. We're gonna get a lot more that way. In addition to council, digital, hard copy, posting on our website, copying staff, copying people that are gonna be here. It's just, the right way to keep communication open, people are informed, and there's so many ways to participate in the city. And if they're not available now, then those things need to be advocated. And this is part of the discussion for the next work session. So if you have other ideas for noticing, I'm happy to hear.
Just a point of clarification, it's at 6 p.m. on the 20th.
Good question. Your
We
meeting,
had set 6 p.m., but I have a very high ask to move that to 6:30. I have another thing that I have to do right before, like that starts at 6 p.m. as well, that I cannot move. So it's a school board meeting as well. And so I have to go quickly present there, if I may, before coming here. If that doesn't work, if you guys want to start at 6, I'm fine with that. I'll make it work. I'm asking.
I was unaware it's a school board meeting night. I feel like, is it possible to move it forward or back? Because people who want to be active in our community shouldn't have to choose between going to council and school board meetings.
Yeah, well, and it's kind of the way that it works according to our council rules, which we don't have to perfectly follow if I understand correctly, but the way the council rules read is that the 3rd Thursday is set aside for work sessions, but that is also the school board meeting night. Always.
might I suggest that all the official meetings of the city start at 7. If we have to follow anything by ordinance, we can change it. Council rules are an agreement among the council to nice. And you have flexibility. Yeah, sometimes it's confusing, the planning, and this and that, and 7 o'clock could be the time for all official public.
So I'm fine with that. Because we're under council and because I think the fast we can on things better off we're going. And I really don't want to conflict with the school board meeting. We make it next week. The 13th.
Uh, Well, it's a wonderful suggestion, but, uh, best practice is we're gonna get agendas out a week ahead. We don't have time to do that. That's why the third week is traditional, your work session, or regular, another special meeting if we need it. If you wanna push it back to the next week to avoid that, we can do that.
I'm fine with moving it to like the 27th if you want, or I'm fine with keeping it on the 20th and just making it 7 PM at that time. And just going forward, we can look at trying to choose a different day than the third Thursday to avoid school board meetings. But I think the school board meeting always starts at 6. So I think it gives time for if somebody really wanted to go present at one place and then the other, it gives them time.
If they're not at the school board meetings, they last longer than ours. So.
I understand. I understand. I've sat through plenty of them. But their comment time is at the beginning as well, so.
I make a motion. What do we do? We get a motion, this motion thing we have to do. Motion is for the 27th? What do I just say we move to 27th?
Consensus here.
Would be fine, correct.
But it never hurts to have them.
Thank you.
Well, and if you're all on board, I mean, the consensus is to do that. We'll change our website noticing tomorrow. We'll change that to a link later. Happy to do that. And that's what the consensus among council is. And we can, move that, from that third Wednesday to avoid the school, portion.
I would prefer that, especially if you have to present. I mean, I don't-
Yeah, I'm good with that. I was just gonna force the superintendent to let me go first, so I'm good with just changing it all together.
The 27th, 7 PM. Please correct me if I'm wrong.
Thumbs up by everybody? Okay, all right, we'll get that notice changed on our website, for that. So that will be, the 27th. On, March 6th, your next regular meeting. Give you a heads up, we're gonna have an audit presented from our auditor. Toby, I've worked with your auditing firm and, 12, 15 years. They're not Grove Mueller Swank anymore. They're bigger, they got bought out. But the one wonderful thing I like about them is they don't just ensure the statutory requirements for all of our financial reporting, but this firm helps staff throughout the year. We got questions, about coding, we got organization, et cetera. They help us throughout. It's a wonderful firm to have. So I've asked for Toby, the lead, to be here on March 6th, can't guarantee it. But that's coming at you. We're gonna have hopefully an executive session. We need to consider applications to come. And then coming out of that executive session, giving Scott on what to do. And some of that direction can be given in executive session, depending on what it is. But if you're ready to move on a contract, Scott can invite you. Have an executive session to discuss it. We'll have a council action, so you come out to the meeting if you need it. There's a final street vacation that's done, requires 2 readings and ordinance, the first public hearing on that. So 6th, Holly, your planner, will be here to answer questions and guide that. And I haven't, even got to look at the ordinances yet on what you require. Statute requires certain things, you know, when you do ordinances and land use related things and, but sometimes, cities have some court, hearings, so Colleen will know all that. So, my guess is you're gonna have a hearing on that on the March 6th, and whether you can act on that, I'm not sure, probably not. You're gonna have another hearing to follow. Let's see, and that concludes my staff report.
Clarification, that audit report, is that the same one that we were expecting, or we were trying to have back in January? Or is it a different?
Yes, this would be for fiscal year 2023. And maybe since we're talking, we really don't have much concern, neither does our auditor about that. It's a matter of getting it done. And we got some folks ahead of us in the action order. They're hoping to get to Jervis by the end of February, which is right around the corner. But they want to get that done, and that's coming.
That's for the 24-25 billing, right?
That is for fiscal year 2023. Okay, so we're behind. Okay. So 2024, it's actually fiscal year 2024 because you kind of describe it as when the period ends. And so fiscal year 2025 is the current audit year. That's not ready. And they won't do it this current year until October, so this year. So we're behind in that. Our auditor will be explained, and I'll be happy to talk about our financial report when they come to present next week.
Thank you, Preston. Councilors, anything else to discuss the city manager's report?
He may not know the answer to this, but he did mention, looking at applications, for the interim of the next meeting. Do we know how far in advance we'll see those applications?
So we'll talk about that tonight.
Thank you, sir.
Y'all have an executive session.
Nothing else? Is there any business from the mayor and council? I have none myself. Nothing. And we're going to move on to an executive session. Five-minute restroom break. Question?
Your Honor, you have a statement for me?
Yes.
How's the time?
Okay.